In this pattern cutting tutorial, we're going to be looking at some slightly more interesting bodice dart styles. So we're going to start off with this asymmetric style. And to do that, first of all, we've got to draw on our centre front grain line. As the style is asymmetric, we will have to approach it slightly differently from normal. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate all of the darts into the bottom. So I'm just going to pivot on the BP, and then I'm going to draw around the bodice until we get to the first leg of the bottom dart. I'm just going to draw in the waistline of the bottom as well. And then can you see that we've rotated all of the darts into one big dart at the bottom going from the waist. On the other side, it's different because we are going to rotate everything into the shoulder dart. So I'm going to trace off till I get to the first dart leg, just fill that in at the bottom, put my finger on the BP, and then I'm going to pivot that bottom dart closed, trace around the armhole, until we get to that first dart leg, and there you can see that I've created one great big shoulder dart. So basically I need to draw in the style lines now. So we're going to go for some curved darts on this occasion, and I'm going to use my Flexi Curve, which is a great investment. Really advise you to get one. So the thing about the Flexi Curve is it will keep the memory of the curve, so I can use the same shape for both. So that's the top one, and now I'm going to do the bottom one. So you just notice that I have to go through the BP always every single time, otherwise it won't work. So I'll just mark that line in. And then before I cut it up, I'm going to just give myself some balance notches so that when I sew it, I know that I haven't stretched out the block, because it might be a little bit on the bias at that point. So next thing we've got to do is we've got to cut all these darts out, close the darts, and we're going to reopen them where the curved lines are. So the first thing to do is to cut the bodice out. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to open up the new style lines that we put in, and we're going to close up those existing darts. So this is the slash and spread method. So can you see how that when we close up that big dart, we open it up where the curved dart is now? And we're going to do the same on the bottom. Just cut that little bit off so it's nice and neat. And then on the bottom, we're going to open up our new line that we created, the new style line, and we're going to close up the dart that was in the waist. So can you see we've displaced both of those darts into the new positions? Okay, so here you can see I have added seam allowance, and what I've also done is I've moved the end of the darts 1 centimetre away from the original position, because remember we always move our dart away from our BP, and that's our completed pattern.